I like the I think the reason a lot of like the death metal kids and stuff shit on music like this is because of, obviously it's like popular and it's relatively formulaic and whatever, but like there's a there's like a business mindset around it too, and like that's what
Mhm.
fascinates me about it. It's like it's not just about like, oh, do I like the song that I wrote? It's like there's like another piece to the puzzle that makes it more interesting now about like what's your target demographic and how do you market it to them and like all that kind
Mhm.
of stuff. Like obviously music comes first, that's the most important. You got to make sure it's authentic and all that shit, but like I like the sort of extra challenge that comes with trying to break into like a more pop culture kind of space, you
Yeah.
know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see the challenge of becoming almost an influencer on top of being a musician as a fun thing and not like actually like difficult. You
So when
enjoy
you
that.
when you use the word influencer, it makes me
Mhm.
go, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, fuck
Because
that.
Content
Yeah.
creator.
learning, yeah, yeah,
Content creator.
learning how to. That was the one thing that I like, and I said this to the guys because like when we started launching the project, I was like, all right, like because I don't really participate in social media all that much. Like I
Mhm.
generally have like I just send stuff to people and I'm like, hey, can you post this today? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
that's good.
uh, but I was like, all right, like you guys have your finger on the pulse. Like, I know that content is a thing. So like, tell me what we need. And
Mhm.
they were like, you're not gonna like this. like you're the singer. It's got like it's you.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you need to be lip syncing shit all the time. And I'm like,
Mhm.
like I did not
Get
think this
used to it.
through.
Yeah.
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 Like pull the
So
plug.
no, the influencer side of things, I have to admit, I'm not super crazy about. But
Mhm.
I just recognize that it's like part of the game. So like there is a certain element of it that like you can make it fun, of
Mhm.
like sort of doing a couple different styles of videos and then seeing which one, hits more than others and then trying to lean into that. But that doesn't always work. You know what I mean? Like I think when you watch like YouTube videos and stuff, which I've consumed more content now than I'm willing to admit,
Mhm.
about like basically like how you trick the algorithm or whatever the hell,
Yup.
whatever clickbait they put on it, like
Mhm.
that they make it sound so easy of like, like just find the one that gets more likes than the other ones and just
Mhm.
lean into that. But like sometimes you do that again and then it's a total flop. Like so
Exactly. There's no
like
logic. Mhm.
right, yeah, it's all a nightmare.
Mhm.
But like what particularly what I like is the more like I guess like broader spectrum stuff of like think like not thinking about how do I put this? Not thinking about the audience from like a social media perspective, but like from from like if we were playing for these people, like how do you like connect with them
Mhm.
on that level? Like what kind like the people listening on Octane, like what do they tend to gravitate towards? And like how do you sort of take notes from other bands that are doing it successfully without becoming a carbon copy, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. You know what I mean? Because I think people can sniff that out too. Like some people dig it, not everybody cares if a band is like inauthentic or whatever. Like they just think that the hook is cool and that's great. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like I think everybody who makes music like on some level wants to like have their identity be like somewhat definable at least. Like they
Mhm.
don't just
Yeah.
want to be another version of somebody else. Um, so I think like that's the sort of puzzle that I like is like figuring out how to like establish our own identity as a band and as writers and stuff, but then also like be able to, as best as we can sort of like seamlessly just sort of drop ourselves into the middle of like whatever one's digging right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.